Hello, agents. Hello, everyone. So, I'm big on split annuities, where you get the guaranteed income and it grows back to principal. Well, I had an agent request, can you throw a third bucket with an FIA on there? And at that point, we go to the difference between laddering and splitting or combo annuities. So I'm going to show you the huge difference between the cost of just laddering and when you want to ladder into a split annuity. So let's jump into this one right now. Ladder versus combo, steps or splits, guarantees through insurance. So let's take a look at this. Let's go screen. So I started with an annual, let's take an age 65-year-old client who wants $50,000 per year. So we have $50,000 a year, and we're going to start with an $850,000 premium is how this laddering worked out to give a $50,000 a year for the 65-year-old. So the first step in the ladder is your deposit, right? So we want a 5.88 payout on this if it works correctly. And what we're going to do, okay. So what we're going to do here is look at $235,000 going into the SPIA. And once that's in the SPIA, it's going to kick out $50,000 a year for a full 5 years. Next, and then it will end after the fifth year. That $50,000 a year ends, and your $235,000 is gone. So the next step in this would be years 6 through 10, and we put that into a MYGA, $213,000, 5 years, and I'm using 3.25 now. Granted, there's 4% rates out there, but this 3.25% company let me do a 5-year MYGA at the end to tie this illustration in. So if you look at that age 70 to 75, the minimum guarantee here is $50,000 because 213 will grow to 250. I'll show my work later. And if you simply divide that by 5, you got 50,000. Using the non-assumed or the hypotheticals, we're at 52,000 with this company. Again, this is a part of the combo ladder that you can shop at that time of the 5th year and always do better. But we know we're guaranteed $250,000 at the end of 5 years, and you just put that under your mattress and you can take $50,000 a year. So we're guaranteed our $50,000 for the second step, age 70 to 75 through a MYGA. Next, we put the FIA. This is the third bucket we wanted to put in to give you $50,000 for the rest of your life at age 75. And that costs $401,415. So at the end of the 10th year, the MYGA 5-year payout ends and your FIA kicks off your $50,000 a year now for life, 75 for as long as you live. Of course, FIAs have cash values and all that good stuff in there as well, but your income's guaranteed. So now let's look at this as we want to do it as a split annuity, which means a split annuity says that the amount of premium you put in, you get back at the end of a certain amount of time. So we're going to use 10 years on this scenario. And what does that do to this whole illustration? Well, you went from needing $850,000 to now needing $2,550,000 to complete the split and become fully back to principal at the end of 10 years. So how does that work? So let's look at this. It's the same first 3 steps, 235 into the SPIA for 5 years for $50,000, the 213 into the MYGA, and then pay out $50,000 for 5 years, then the FIA, $50,000 for 10 years at age 75. So none of that changes. It's exactly the same as the ladder. Now you add the split part, which would be another MYGA for $1,704,992 at 4.15%. In 10 years, that grows back to $2,560,000. We started with what? $2,555,000. So you got $5,000 in gain additional. So this client has $2,550,000, gets $50,000 a year forever, and at the end of 10 years has their $2,550,000 back, and the $50,000 will continue on that FIA for as long as they live. So you got your $2,500,000 back and $50,000 growing for the rest of your life. That's what a split would do. It's a ladder and a split combo type deal. Why would you do that? You can do that if the client has enough money. They want to make sure it's all done. It's a nice clean package, back to principal. It's a beautiful thing. All guaranteed too. It's 100% guaranteed, and it'll probably do better than we're showing here because you can shop these at the end. You can shop that FIA at the end, and you can shop that MYGA at the end of 5 years. So we have our minimum guarantees done. So let's show my work. Here's the showing the work on the SPIA, 235 in, 4166.67 a month times 12. That's 50,000 a year for 60 month, age 65 to 70. Next is your FIA. I just picked one that was really easy. It said put in 401,415 after 10 years. Let's go ahead and circle it. After 10 years, you have $50,000 annual protection for life. That's years 10 plus. And this is I got it in the wrong order. Sorry. This one should have been before the last one. This is the MYGA year 6 through 10. And as you can see here, it picks up 250,000 is your minimum guarantee contract value. And based on hypotheticals, they're going to give you 52,000 a year. Again, you can cash out that 250 and just take 50,000 a year, right? For 5 years at no interest, and you'll still get your 50,000. So definitely going to do better on that one. And the final step of this ladder would be the final MYGA growing back to your 2.5. So as you see here, it costs 1,704 and you grow back to 2,560,000. Again, companies might not take the whole 1,700,000. You got special approval beforehand, but in general, you get the concept where you can take all the money you have, grow it to a principal amount, grow the principal back, and get a guaranteed income. And you just tell me the income you want, and I'll dial it in, and we can back into these ladders and tell you how much they cost and these splits. This is what I did here is I backed into this. No one told me how much income. I just said, hey, let's look at a 5.88%. That sounds pretty good for a 65-year-old for life. If you can get 5.88, that's not bad starting in 1 month. So that's how we backed into this. That's how I backed into this, and that's how it works. That's the end of my presentation, the laddering and all that. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call right here, 800 number. I'll put this on my YouTube channel and all that. Hope you're all having a great week. Today is Monday, June 20th, 22. And again, if you need a MYGA quote, you can go to my annuityexperts.com and request it. Or actually, I'll put a link into the description of this video where you can request a split annuity quote direct from a form I have. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great week and take care. Call me if you need anything. Thanks. Bye.